Thank you for logging on to this Norwell High School sports broadcast brought to you by WellsCountyVoice.com, a division of the Voice Enterprises. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors you hear throughout the game. So be sure to visit their businesses and use their services as often as possible, and tell them thanks for their support. We encourage you to go to the games and support your local team, but when you just can't make it, we're here for you. Now it's time for the pregame show on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Norwell Lady Night Basketball on WellsCountyVoice.com. This is Greg Van Meter along with Derek Decker this evening. We are at beautiful Whitko High School in South Whitley, Indiana. It was an easy drive over, and we've got a good one here for you tonight. The 10-6 Lady Knights taking on the 14-2 Whitko Lady Wildcats. Derek, Whitko's only losses were to one of the best teams in the state in Penn High School earlier this season, and then the other loss was to, you tell me.
I think it's Gary West.
Yeah, Gary West. That was in the holiday tournament here just a couple weeks ago on December 22nd. This is a power-packed Whitko team. They've got Allie Reif. She's going to Xavier D1 school, and then we also saw that Brianna Cumberland, just committed, I believe yesterday, to the University of St. Francis, a strong NAIA school in Fort Wayne. And so we expect to see some fireworks here tonight. The Knights have been playing much better of late. However, we talked about it last week. They're going to have their hands full with their schedule this week here at Whitko tonight and then at Belmont on Saturday.
Yeah, I think this is a good primer game for the Lady Knights as they take their talents into Decatur in what should be a good conference matchup. Of course, Belmont still has not lost in the conference, so they're going to have to knock them off in their quest to win the last six in the conference season to try to win that share. Somebody's going to have to knock off Huntington North as well. But as far as the Lady Wildcats go, Allie Reif, of course, spectacular player. She really is special. She scored 43 against Huntington North on the season. Of course, tonight is senior night, so all six of the Whitko Wildcat seniors were recognized prior to tonight's game. Reif is the first ever Division I player to ever go from Whitko. Brianna Cumberland, signed, you mentioned, with St. Francis. She's the best three-point shooter in Whitko history with the most made field goals from the three-point line and also the best three-point percentage in Whitko program history. Also, Kennedy Kroll, verbally committed to Huntington University during this season. This team has set more than 25 team records. They are ranked for the first time in Class 2A in the top 10 last season. They'd never been ranked that high in history. And this senior class has already set the record for any senior class. They've won 65 games combined, and they've got some more games to go before sectional play.
Head coach Brandon Bradley is building. Now, they're definitely going to, suffer a little bit after the senior class goes, but he's building a pretty good program here. He's in his sixth year at Whitko, 81-52 over that period of time with those 65 wins that you mentioned. You mentioned the Kroll girl going to Huntington. She's actually going to play softball at Huntington, which you don't see that too often from a star basketball player, but playing a second sport. Obviously a very good softball player going to Huntington. The other girl that I'm really interested to see tonight for the Lady Wildcats, number 34, freshman Brielle Harrison, as I've heard some really good things about her from summer ball.
Yeah, I've heard some good things about her, and also Hannah Yohe has the potential to shoot lights out. She's been playing for several years. The last time we came up to Whitko a couple years ago, she had a bunch of points, and that was a Norwell victory. Of course, the Knights have only lost once to this Whitko team, but they're going to be favored by a few points in this one, and they've got a little bit of extra motivation playing here on senior night for a special senior class.
Yeah, you're right, Derek. Whitko favored by just 5, which is a little surprising to me on their home floor, although this late in the season, Harrell tends to be pretty accurate. And as you mentioned, Norwell with an 11-1 record against Whitko over the last 15 years.
Yeah, part of that reason the Sagarin rating's not as high as you think it could be is their schedule strength. Now, they've played a lot of tough teams, but the ones that haven't been so tough are really kind of on the bottom. But being a 2A school, they've really go and play some tough competition. You mentioned Penn and Gary West, both big 4A schools from the northwest part of the state. They play a pretty tough schedule. We know Norwell plays a tough one year in and year out. As we head into sectional pairings, will be released on Sunday this week, which will be very interesting as Norwell hosts that sectional. I think the biggest contender in that one's also going to be Belmont.
Yeah, and you mentioned Whitko's schedule. They've still got a couple tough ones coming up. Tippecanoe Valley, that'll be should be a really good game. Northfield strong this year as well. So they've put together a pretty tough schedule here throughout the course of their season. They went over and played in the Richmond tournament. Richmond and Westfield got big wins against both of those squads who are normally pretty tough. Now, their only really big loss was to that Penn team, and Penn, of course, is 4A. I think they might be the second largest high school in the state by
top 5
attendance.
at least.
Yeah, and lost to them by 22. But they only lost to Gary West by 6.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. A couple wins stand out to me on that schedule. The first one's Huntington North, which is a team Norwell lost to in the first game of the conference season. That came by 6 points, and that was also on the road, so very good win for Whitko there. And the other win that stands out is Warsaw.
Right.
Warsaw, a very tough team. Norwell played them really well. I thought they played just really close to as best as they can, and just missed a couple shots down the stretch, got a lot of stops, couldn't get the job done, but Warsaw is a very strong squad, and to see Whitko put up numbers, we know that Whitko can score. Okay, they average about 60 points a game, just under that mark, and we know that if they can get out and run, they're going to have a good shot at winning this game tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And the other thing that's been impressive about the Lady Knights, their defense, always tough, but seems to have taken it to another level over the last 5 games. They've won 4 of their last 5 games.
Yeah, that's right. The only time the defense struggled a little bit was against a very good Carroll team.
Right.
But that's a game where there was a lot of possessions, and Norwell capitalized on the offensive end to kind of balance that out. So really, I think Norwell is playing their best basketball of the season, and this is the time you want to be doing it just a couple weeks before sectional play in the middle of January as we come down the home stretch in the conference.
Yeah, they had a very good game against a solid Leo team last weekend, and they need that kind of performance this week with a couple of tough road games next week. After this week, just 4 games left in the regular season. Lady Knights are at Jay County on Monday, then home against New Haven on Friday night. Then Bishop Lures will be senior night on January 24th. That'll be the following Tuesday. And then the following Friday, they finish up the year with hopefully a chance for the conference title at East Noble.
Yeah, the only issue with that is right now they can do a lot of things to put themselves in a good position, but they do not control their outright destiny. Somebody's got to knock off Huntington North, and so they got to count on somebody else to do that. It'd be really impressive to see Huntington North go 7-0 and blow through this conference schedule, but Norwell's really got to be concerned about Belmont coming up on Saturday. It could be a tough game. Another team they've only lost to once or twice in the past 15 years. Belmont hasn't been good in a very long time, and they've put together a very strong squad this year.
Yeah, Belmont with a big win I think it was Northside earlier this week. 20-point victory.
51-19.
Yeah.
Their defense is making strides. It's in the top 20 in the state of Indiana. They're only giving up about 36 points a game. That's really good.
Yeah, that's impressive. But we're just about set for action here from Whitko this evening. We'll take a quick break, hear from a couple of sponsors. I got a feeling, actually, we'll keep it here because I got a feeling we're going to have a recorded national anthem this evening. No pep band here, so we will definitely have to take a break when that's played. By the way, and Derek mentioned it, we're a little bit late getting on tonight because it's senior night here at Whitko, which was a little surprising with as much season as there is left. But Whitko, their only other home game, well, they got 2 more home games, January 19th and January 27th, which is a little bit surprising.
Yeah, especially the January 27th. That's on a Friday night. Kind of surprised to see that tonight was seen. Yeah, kind of caught us off guard. You kind of think the last week or two is when we expect to start seeing senior nights across the area.
Yeah, typically it's that last home game, whenever it is, even if it's on a midweek game. Although you do see it sometimes move to a Friday or Saturday before.
Right.
But Whitko with a pretty good crowd here tonight. Well, it is live, so we will be able to bring you the national anthem this evening.
Yeah, we are going to have a sportsmanship announcement. Right now they have a student reading it.
That's a nice touch.
It is. It's long,
yeah,
but it is a nice touch.
See Wayne TV over here this evening, made the trip over from Fort Wayne.
Yeah, Whitko's garnering some attention from the Fort Wayne area. Don't normally do that. Kind of outside of the coverage area for Fort Wayne media. And with being the best team in 2A, or at least ranked number 1.
Now it's time for our national anthem. That was a really nice job.
Sure
Don't know how you could hear that, but excellent quality there by the small choir, probably about 8 people. Time now for our starting lineups. Once again, those starters for the visitors on the scoreboard, your Lady Knights, it's Brielle Wilson, Aubrey Dunnick, Kaylee Roller, Courtney Beer, and Logan Rowles for head coach Eric Thornton. For the Lady Wildcats, it's number 4, Haley Yohe, number 5, Brianna Cumberland, number 12, Hannah Yohe, number 42, Kennedy Kroll, and number 44, Brooke Christoffel for head coach Brandon Bradley. And one thing I do want to mention before I forget it, Logan Rowles honored as New Sentinel Female Player of the Week this week. She had a great week last week, scored 24 and 15 points in the 2 contests, had a ton of rebounds as well, as Whitko able to control the tip. That was Kennedy Kroll, the 5'11 senior, controlling the tip. And kind of an odd camera angle that we have here at Whitko. We are actually behind the backboard in the corner. Makes the court look huge, but it also makes it a little difficult to get a good camera angle down on this end. which is in this half Whitko's home end. Nice move there by Cumberland. And Brianna puts the Wildcats on the board first. Nice drive and take by Cumberland. We mentioned she's going to USF in the fall. Darrell Wilson, nice pass inside to Dunnick. Dunnick fouled on the shot. She'll go to the line. I think that's going to be on Cumberland, but we'll double check it. It is. Her first, team first, game first. Nice feed there from Brielle Wilson to Aubrey Dunnick, Derek.
Sure was. Dunnick goes up strong to the basket. Plays with a lot of strength underneath. About 5'8", and really muscles it up there. And she's got one more coming after she knocked down the first one. Interesting note, the Knights are going to be running a triangle and 2 on defense this evening, which you don't see that often, as they're going to try to deny the touches from Cumberland and Rife, as those are the 2 most potent scorers, number 1 and 2 in program history here at Whitko.
Going to the basket there was Hannah Yohe, and she adds a pair for Whitko. That was interesting. Nice take by Logan Rouse. Can't get it to go. And Whitko heads the other way. That's Cumberland with the basketball. I don't think Allie Rife started, did she? Foul called underneath, as that's going to go against Courtney Beer, her first.
Yeah, she did not start.
That's interesting.
Senior as
not,
well.
Yeah, because she is a senior. Right, 5'11", as Haley Yohe knocks down her first free throw.
It's become clear early that Whitko's going to really want to run a fast-paced offense, as they like to get to the bucket quick, and if they can't get there, they'll shoot it from outside, and they're pretty potent from out there.
A 4-point lead now for the Lady Wildcats as Roller into the front court. Whitko in a man-to-man as Hannah Yohe got a foot on it. Hannah and Haley are twins, it appears. Well, in fact, I know they're twins. So perhaps it was just a matter of Coach Bradley wanting to get the twins on the floor at the same time. That's a turnover on Norwell on their first. I don't know that you're going to see a real swarming defense from Whitko, but boy, they can score the basketball, as Norwell now, and it's 1-3-1. Got away from that matchup. I think they were having a hard time picking up out of that triangle and 2. On the drive, that was Krull. She misses a couple of shots, but up and in was Hannah Yohe. And it's a 6-point lead already for Whitko. 5:44 left in this first quarter. Roller will pump up the 3 and bury it. Good shot in rhythm there by Kaylee Roller. Just the second field goal attempt for the Knights, as they're staying in that trap. Whitko really just working over the trap more than anything. That's Cumberland. Thought about the jumper. Instead, it's Yohe, partially blocked and saved by Dunnick. Good play. Yohe on the miss. Rouse the other way, working inside. Can't get it to go. Good shot as Dunnick with the offensive rebound scores.
Nice rebound underneath for Aubrey Dunnick, as she was in the right place at the right time. Didn't get boxed out and hits the little short jumper.
Nice little 5-point run here for the Knights. That's Yohe in the corner. That's tipped and saved again. That's a turnover on the Wildcats, their first. Rouse the other way. It'll be turned back over to Whitko. And Allie Rife is going to enter the basketball game for Brooke Christoffel. Got a feeling she might not normally see a whole lot of playing time there.
Might be right, as Allie Rife's finally in there, and she starts in this near corner, nearest to your camera screen. They're going to try to run her back and forth off the ball. She might hang around the perimeter and look for a good shot. inside, no good.
They've got that triangle and 2 going with her in the basketball game, and Kroll 0 for 3 now from the field. Boy, look at Reif defending on the perimeter as the trap comes and the turnover comes with it.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Just too long for an entry pass to the post that time.
Good defense by the Lady Wildcats. Reif for 5'11", very mobile, listed as a guard actually. Cumberland will launch at 3, no good. And good rebound there by Logan Rouse.
After a hot start, Whitko is gone cold. They've missed their last few from the field.
They have. And that's going to be a traveling call on Logan Rouse. 4 turnovers already on Norwell.
Yeah, that's something they're going to have to limit to have a chance here on the road against a number 1 team. And you got to be able to take care of the basketball. You got to value it. It's been a problem area at times for the Lady Knights, but over the last few games, they've certainly cut down on the number of turnovers.
Sophomore Ellie Snepp checks in for the Wildcats as Dunnick couldn't save that one. It'll remain the Lady Wildcats basketball. 3:30 left here in this first quarter. Wow, Snepp, as we mentioned, just a sophomore, in early here with a team loaded with seniors. I'm guessing she can play, Derek. Yohe underneath is going to be fouled by Rouse, and she's going to go to the line for a potential 3-point play.
Yeah, that's one weakness of the triangle, too. We ran that in practice last week, or earlier this week, I guess it was. And one post, when it kicks to the corner, one post is going to be open. So look for that and see if Whitko takes advantage of that throughout this one.
Yeah, that weak side defender really has to recover quickly, depending on how the ball is passed. Roller with the left-handed shot, no good. Lady Wildcats head the other way with a 3-point lead. That's Reif with the basketball. Brielle Wilson guarding her, and there's a good steal. Logan Rouse got her hands on it, corralled it. Second turnover on Whitko. Rouse into the lane, good move. Logan Rouse really getting to the rim pretty easily, Derek.
Yeah, Logan's been able to create her own shots here as of late. And we know she's capable of putting up big numbers on the offensive end. She's just so aggressive with the ball and likes to take it into the lane.
Boy, Brielle Wilson is really guarding Allie Reif hard. Yohe on the far side. Picked up by Roller. Tries to get to the rim. Can't get it to go. And Rouse pulls down the rebound.
Norwell rebounding very well here in the early going, and that's going to be a key to keep them in this ball game.
Well, and considering they're in a triangle and 2, not the easiest defense to rebound out of as Roller forces it up. But Aubrey Dunnick steals it away.
Good foul.
Gives it away and commits the foul.
I think it's going to be on Beer, the foul.
Oh, really? It is, you're right.
Yeah, and that's a good foul because Reif had an unobstructed path to the basket. She was going to get away and score easily, but unfortunately off of a forced shot, not able to corral and get another good possession out of it.
Courtney with her second foul already. She stays in the game, though. On the far side, that's Yohe, now Cumberland. And she traveled. Yeah, good call, as she just did not cement that pivot foot. Now Courtney will take a seat as Brianne Barger checks in.
Barger hadn't hit a 3 in quite a while after a hot start to the year with shooting almost 60% from the three-point line, and she cooled off considerably since Christmas. Well,
she hadn't taken a whole lot of shots since Christmas. Not real aggressive offensively as Roller tried to force it into Dunnick. It's out of bounds, and it'll remain Norwell's basketball with 1:39 on the clock.
Maybe hard to pick up the camera screen as we've got a giant wildcat in the background created by the banners and an interesting blue background.
Yeah, that's stolen away by Reif, and she'll head the other way. Nice pass up ahead to Yohe. Can't get the bunny to go, but she gets her own rebound, and now a foul's going to be called. Boy, Hannah Yohe's gotten a lot of looks.
Yeah, from close range as well.
That was Kaylee Roller that picked up her first foul. 4 now on the team. Cumberland long from the corner and didn't get anything. So Cumberland early on here, 1 of 3, has missed her first 2 3-point attempts. Well, there's another turnover for the Knights and another foul.
Yeah, that's going to have to end here pretty quick, as the Knights really got to get the point's going to be to get a good look every time you go down the floor. Now, obviously, that's not possible, but as many as you can get, and I think 5 or 6 turnovers already here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I've got them for 6. Checking in for Whitko, sophomore Emily Duggins and freshman Brielle Harrison.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of talent she has and brings to the table down low for Whitko.
Duggins handling the ball up top. Playing that point guard position here. Nice pass inside to Harrison. And Harrison comes off the bench and scores quickly.
Aubrey Dunnick.
12-9 Whitko. Go ahead.
Aubrey Dunnick tried to fight over Harrison underneath and got around her, and Harrison scored.
Barger, that was a good drive, just couldn't get it to go. Dunnick can't score, and the Wildcats will head the other way. To the brim.
Beautiful.
Was Allie Reif, her first basket. 25 seconds left. Whitko now up by 5.
Nice job with the Euro step, but it shows you how quick Whitko is when they get out and run and how fast they can score the ball.
Boy, another bad pass and turnover. Up ahead, it's Duggins. Duggins gets it to go. Well, you got to take care of the basketball. It's not like those errors are being forced, Derek. Roller long distance buries the 3 as the first quarter ends. The Knights have turned it over 7 times, and they only trail by 4. We'll take a break and be back with second quarter action after these words.
At Adams Memorial Hospital, we care for the things that mean the most to you, your health, your family, and your community. Compassion is just as important to us as being accredited, or our Follow My Health online patient portal, or having top-of-the-line medical technology. Because at Adams Memorial Hospital, exceptional care means listening a little longer, a hug, or a kind gesture from a nurse. Compassion and medical expertise. That's Adams Memorial Hospital. Exceptional care close to you.
At First Bank of Bern, we believe in the American dream of owning a home. Having a space you can call your own. In fact, we've helped people realize that dream for over 125 years. Whether you're looking to buy your first home, refinance an existing loan, or move into something a little bigger, we believe our lending experts have the local knowledge and experience to help make your dream a reality. Apply online at firstbankofbern.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Whitko High School. The Lady Wildcats up by 4 on the scoreboard.
Well, Greg, after a really struggling first quarter on the offensive end for Norwell, they only trail by 4 on the road against a good Whitko team, so I think they've got themselves in a good position to kind of hang on and hang around in this game.
There's a good back cut by Rouse. Can't get the basket to go, though. Boy, good pass by Roller. Got to convert those shots against a good basketball team like Whitko. As Brielle Wilson face guarding Allie Reif inside Harrison, gets it taken away by Rouse. That'll be the 4th turnover on the Wildcats. As Cumberland not on the floor, or yeah, she is. She's actually guarding Barger right now. Barger on the drive. And if that's on Cumberland, that'll be her 2nd. We'll check it. No, it'll be on 23. Ellie Snepp, her first foul. Team's 2nd. Norwell with 5 team fouls to this point. Barger good on her first one. As Kennedy Kroll checks back in for the Lady Wildcats. Barger 1 for 2. The Lady Knights 2 for 3 so far from the line. And another foul is going to be called on Whitko. I think that's going to go on. Nope. It'll go on 15. That's Allie Reif's first foul.
Well, I thought that for sure was going to be called a jump ball.
Well, I did too. As both teams seemed to. Oh, nice block by Reif of Barger. But it's stolen right back by Logan Rouse. She puts in the reverse layup. Nice play by Logan Rouse to pull the Knights back to within 1. That's Reif in the corner. Wilson guarding her man-to-man. Kaylee Roller is guarding Brianna Cumberland. In the corner is Duggins. Duggins listed at 5'1", being guarded by the 5'10" Brianne Barger. Inside with the basket, Ellie Snepp. She draws the foul on, I believe, Barger. On Brianne, that's her first. Team 6th. 3-point lead now for the Lady Wildcats. And able to add to it is Snepp. 4-point lead now. 6:33 left here in the half at Whitko. Yeah, you mentioned those blue banners on the end, Derek. It really gives you a sense that this floor is much bigger than what it is. Wilson can't get the shot to go. And breaking up defensively, and now with the steal, Kaylee Roller up ahead to Rouse. Rouse will lay it up and in left-handed. Assist Roller. Boy, good play on both ends there by the senior Kaylee Roller. Able to create the steal and then the assist to Rouse. Rouse with 6 already this evening. And almost stolen away again by Aubrey Dunnick. Very difficult to see here at Whitko. I'm getting more exercise trying to see the floor than I did all day. Reif inbounding. Nice pass inside as Kroll can't get it to go quickly the other way. Rouse, she misses the layup. That's going to be a foul on the Lady Knights.
Now Logan kind of lost her grip on the basketball as she was going up and just had to shovel it up there and hope for a foul call. Nobody was at home, and that's going to be the second foul on Brielle Wilson.
7th on the team, so that'll put Ellie Snepp to the line for the Lady Wildcats. Snepp, just a sophomore, listed at 5'9". Good-looking player, though. I think, Derek, we're probably looking at Whitko's normal starting lineup here at this point after all the seniors started the basketball game, as Courtney Beer's going to come back in. She's got 2 fouls. Brielle Wilson takes a seat. Also in for Whitko, back in the game, is Hannah Yohe, 5'3" senior. Snap second. That bounce out, and Beer able to pick off the batted out rebound. Boy, Allie Reif is just everywhere on the floor. Whitko in a sticky man-to-man, really extending the Knights' offense. Roller has room, but it's really not her game to really get to the rim. Beer, nice pass inside to Dunnick. Dunnick will kick it back out, though. Good defense there by Snepp, and now a foul's going to be called.
Good decision by Aubrey Dunnick, not taking that up and forcing it in there, and the Knights looking for a better shot and end up drawing the foul.
It'll go on Yohe, Hannah Yohe, her first, team's 4th. Beer looks inside, and that pass is a pretty hot pass for Dunnick to handle. They'll reset front inside to Dunnick. Dunnick, the kick out to Rouse for 3, no good. The rebound controlled by Dunnick again, and she'll kick it out to Beer for 3. That's no good.
Boy, the Knights got a couple really good looks on that possession. I really like that one. Dunnick hustling again underneath on the boards, and can't ask for a whole lot more than that on that possession.
Yeah, Dunnick with a handful of rebounds already here midway through the second quarter. Beer now guarding Allie Reif. They'll let Snepp stand out there at the three-point line. Nobody was guarding her out there.
That's something that they worked on in practice on Tuesday as well. They're going to allow her to shoot that shot if she wants it. Both the bigs underneath cannot hit from out there, and Coach Thornton said he's willing to play the odds.
That's Krull inside, and Krull just pulled his ice. 0 for 5 now from the field. Coach Thornton will take a timeout, trailing by 3. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take it along with Coach and be right back.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
4:10 left here in the second quarter at Whitko. Lady Knights trailing by 3. The basketball. Barger, Beer, Roller. Alexa Mallory is now entered, as well as Logan Rouse out there for the Lady Knights. Norwell can tie it with a 3. Right now they're 2 of 4 from beyond the arc, as Beer is going to be called for traveling. That'll be the 8th turnover on the Lady Knights. Whitko, though, almost in the same position. They got 6 already, Derek.
Yeah, Norwell's been doing a good job of creating turnovers on the defensive end, and that's been giving them a couple of transition baskets, and it's allowed them to stay within 3.
Yeah, the bugaboo about missing close-in shots, though, bothering the Knights in this one so far. They'd be leading this basketball game. Rife way out on the wing. Works on Roller as the double team stopped her. Yowie, nice pass inside. That's Krull missing again. The rebound batted around, out of bounds, and it'll be Norwell's basketball. That was the right call.
Yep.
Whitko fans didn't like it, but it was definitely off of a Whitko Lady Wildcat. Of course, they might have wanted a foul there as well. Roller is being guarded by Cumberland. Cumberland's going to be a great defensive player at the next level, as Mallory couldn't handle that pass. Rife the other way with the scoop, no good. And Rouse comes out.
That's got to be a foul.
Yeah. As hanging on Rouse's arm was Ellie Snepp. That was Rife on the miss. And Haley Yowie will check back in for the Wildcats, replacing Snepp. They lose quite a bit of height with that change. Snepp at 5'9", Haley Yowie at 5'4". Roller is looking for Rouse to back cut there, well defended by Rife. And here comes the trap. Roller able to save it. Good ball handling out there by Kaylee. Rouse with a long 3, not close, but Brian Barger able to pull down the rebound. And another traveling call on Courtney Beer. I didn't see that one.
I didn't either.
10 turnovers now on the Lady Knights.
Well, Whitko's running kind of a bump and run defense. They're using a lot of body, not a lot with the hands, and the officials have been letting it go to this point. So if you're going to be able to get away with that, the Knights have to adjust on offense.
Yeah, you got to be strong with the basketball.
Yep.
Against that type of defense. Keep the ball in close to you. Use your own body to shield it, as Rife. Nice pass out to Yowie. No good, and Rouse pulls down another rebound.
Either team shooting particularly well in the last few minutes.
In the first quarter, Norwell was 4 of 10. Whitko was 7 of 15, got off 5 more attempts. Most of that due to turnovers. Rouse buries the 3. That's a big shot, as that ties up the basketball game with 1:51 left here in this second quarter. You mentioned, Derek, neither team shooting particularly well. Norwell showing a lot of resiliency right now, staying in this one. As Cumberland, who's not done much offensively, only taken 3 shots, made 1 of them. That's Yowie in the lane. Hannah Yowie gets her 6th point. And that gives the lead right back to Whitko. Minute 22 left as Roller loses the basketball. Up ahead, I thought Cumberland traveled.
Yeah, it was.
She gets the assist as Hannah Yowie with another basket.
Oh.
That's a real break for Whitko. A turnover the other way.
The reality is, though, That bucket was created by the turnover in the lane, and it again results in more Whitko points, and Knights have to be able to cut down on that as we close out the first half.
Grant Barger back in the game for the Knights. Harrison back in for Whitko. Also up top handling the ball is Cumberland. Cumberland being guarded very closely by Roller. That's going to be a 5-second call, and the 7th Whitko turnover. Good defense by Kaylee Roller.
Yeah, it's a big defensive stop to end a quick 4-point Whitko run, and they kind of tried to gain some momentum going into the half. The Knights can take that right back here with 50 seconds left in the quarter.
Well, they need a score here with 44 seconds left. As Rouse tries to get to the rim and gets stripped. Quickly the other way. He lays it up and in. That's Haley Owie with that basket. She's got 6.
Boy, the turnover numbers are going to be unreal at halftime. And it's really been a struggle so far in the first half for the Knights. They continue to get stripped. They're not shooting too poorly from the field, and they really getting some good looks when they do, but they haven't been getting that many looks. Whitko's got a lot more shot attempts due to the turnovers.
Yep,
There's another one.
There's another one. Norwell just forcing some really errant passes. That's Allie Reif for 3. 5th point for Allie Reif. She's only taken 3 shots, and that'll end the first half. Whitko on a run to end the second quarter will take a 29-20 lead into the locker room. We'll take a break, be back with a halftime show and some facts and figures for you after these words from our sponsors.
You care about your community, you shop local, and you enjoy personal interaction. You're doing more than spending your money, you're supporting your neighbors.
Hi, this is Carlos.
And this is Sarah from Bloomin' Boutique in Ossian. We would like to personally invite you to visit our shop, the Bloomin' Boutique, and check out all we have to offer.
At the Bloomin' Boutique, we have daily lunch specials like Taco Tuesdays, Witch Wednesdays, and Aloha Fridays. A large selection of smoothies, frappes, iced lattes, coffees, and teas.
We also carry a large selection of fresh flowers for bouquets and flower arrangements. Our shop is full of handmade, uniquely functional pottery, handmade jewelry, DeBrand's chocolates, and gifts. You don't need to go any further than the Bloomin' Boutique. Grab your latte, lunch, flowers, gifts, and chocolates all in one stop.
Support your local community by visiting Blooming Boutique, located at 106 South Jefferson Street in Ossian. Follow them on Facebook to view their daily lunch specials. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturday. The Blooming Boutique. Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy is proud to announce their new office opening in October in Decatur.
This is Dan and Jane with Daniel's Jewelers in Bluffton.
We want to remind everyone that we do in-house repair with our specialty being restoration and resetting.
Jewelry that is worn frequently over the years usually needs some TLC, wrong retipping, resetting, or sizing.
It's so much fun to see the customer's reaction when they see their jewelry looking almost brand new.
Or maybe it's time for a new style. Choose from all styles of settings or let us design one just for you.
Daniel's Jewelers, North Main Street, Bluffton, where personal attention and trust become part of the memory.
And welcome back to Whitko at halftime. It's a 29-20 lead for the home team, the Wildcats of Whitko on senior night. They lead it by 9, and it's a big result of 14 first-half turnovers for the Lady Knights. It's really been a struggle on the offensive end. They haven't been getting bad looks. They've been rebounding well, but you just can't have that many turnovers and have the lead on the road.
Yeah, that's for sure, Derek. As the Knights, in addition to the 14 turnovers, not shooting particularly well from the field either. We'll go over those stats here in just a second. First, though, the stats for the home team on the scoreboard, the Lady Wildcats from Whitko. They've got 7 turnovers to this point as a team in the first half, 12 of 25 from the field, 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. And we didn't expect to see a whole lot of three-point shots, but they've proven that out. Allie Reif, though, with the one they did hit, a really athletic three-pointer. You just don't see those too often. And then, of course, from the free throw line, Whitko was 4 of 6. Individual scoring very balanced. Hannah Yohe leading the way so far with 8. Haley Yohe with 6. Allie Reif has 5. Ellie Snepp, 4 points. And then with 2 apiece are Brielle Harrison, Brianna Cumberland, and Emily Duggins for a total of 29 for your Lady Knights. As a team, they were 7 of 20 from the field, 5 less shots than Whitko, and I guarantee you Norwell's out rebounding Whitko right now. So they've had plenty of opportunities from that standpoint, but just about 35% were the Knights in the first half. From beyond the arc, shooting well, 3 of 6. Kaylee Roller responsible for a couple of those. And then from the line, 3 of 4, so definitely better than normal for the Lady Knights in that department so far. But you kind of touched on it, Derek, to lead things off here in the halftime show. 14 turnovers for the Lady Knights in the first half by my count, and I'm usually a little conservative on those. Individual scoring for the Knights, Logan Rowell's leading the way with 9 in the first half on 4 of 10 shooting. Kaylee Roller had 6. She was 2 of 4, a couple of threes. Aubrey Dunnick had 4, all in the first quarter. A couple of free throws and a basket as well. And then Brianne Barger 1 of 2 from the line for a total of 20 for your Lady Knights.
Well, they have some things to work out in the locker room at halftime. And as we mentioned, the times are getting looks. They're good looks. And the reality is they're not knocking down at a great percentage, but neither is Whitko. Whitko, almost all their shots have been right underneath the basket that they've made. Have shown no ability to shoot the outside ball at all. Even mid-range jumpers have come up short for the vast majority of the time. Norwell's coming up and forcing 7 turnovers on the other end. I like that number in the first half. That's a pretty good job recovering on the defensive end, but 14 is way too many, and they're just going to have to find a way to take care of the ball in the second half. Some of them are careless.
Most of them were.
A few of them have been in transition where the passes have been too long, and Logan Rouse or Kaylee Roller just not able to catch up to it. But they've got to find a way to stay in this one to have a good chance because they're still very much in this game.
Yeah, they certainly are.
Right.
You talk about the turnover differential with Norwell at 14 and Whitko at 7, and really the difference is, if you weren't with us, Whitko's were forced by the Lady Knights, whereas Norwell's were at least half of those turnovers just passes, maybe a little bit rushed within the offensive set, and it really cost Norwell a lot of baskets in transition in that first half.
Yep, it's unfortunate, but Norwell, as we mentioned, still in this game, very capable of going on a run, and I think that run at the end of the half for Whitko was so huge. They scored the last 9 points and a couple layups, a couple buckets in transition, and ended up hitting a big shot. And that really boosted Whitko, gave them some momentum going into the locker room here at the break.
Yeah, Norwell just 8 points in that second quarter after putting up 12 in the first. They're going to have an answer here to start this third quarter. Normally the first 2 to 3 minutes of the second half, the most important part of any basketball game, especially at the high school level. Norwell still not out of their locker room as they're drawing up plans for this second half. We'll go ahead, take a break, hear from a couple more sponsors, and be back with second half action after these words.
Welcome to the new Heidi Automotive Group. We have a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Now you can shop for a new Chevrolet, Buick, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, or Chrysler at the same location right here in Bluffton, Indiana. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and crossovers. We focus on quality, and that is why we certify our pre-owned inventory so you get more warranty, free maintenance, and peace of mind. Don't worry about your credit. We have financing options for everyone. Heidi Automotive Group, a new look, but old-fashioned integrity.
T.W. Fable, a modern American restaurant, is now open at Timber Ridge Golf Course, 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton, and it's bigger and better than ever. You can enjoy the same fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Reservations are recommended by calling 260-353-1360. Everyone is welcome at T.W. Fable. T.W. Fable is now taking reservations for holiday parties. Be sure to get your date locked in before they're all filled up. Call 353-1360.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $5 flavor menu. Just $5 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $5 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
The $5 flavor menu is now available from your local Pizza Hut on North Main Street in Bluffton. To place an order, call 824-5701 or order online at pizzahut.com.
Well, welcome back to Whitko. We're just about set for second half action. Greg Van Meter along with Derek Decker this evening. The Knights looking to have a strong start to this second half. Imagine you'll see the starters out there for the Knights, but highly likely we'll see some different personnel out there from the starting five for Whitko.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be their normal starters, or what we assume to be their normal starters.
Cumberland is out there along with Rife, Hannah Yohe, Kroll, and number 23, Ellie Snepp. So, yeah, I think that's probably their normal starters. Beer, Roller, Dunnick, Rouse, and Brielle Wilson on the floor for the Knights. And Brielle Wilson face guarding Rife in the backcourt. Well, that's about all you can do is put your best defender on the best player, certainly on the floor in this game. Rouse, they're not setting any picks or anything for her. She's just kind of trying to find space out there as Snepp refuses to shoot from outside. Rife dribbling through traffic. The short jumper, no good.
Good defensive possession.
It sure was. Brielle Wilson pulled down the rebound.
Norwell was able to limit movement on that possession and gave him a big stop here to start the second half.
Norwell looking to score on their first possession here. Rouse into the lane. Nice move. Gets it up and in. That maybe will be a little bit of a momentum booster for the Knights. Boy, they really back off of Logan Rouse when she goes to the rim.
Yeah, I don't really understand that.
Yeah, I think she could shoot layups every time she takes it across the lane. It's not a real complicated play as Allie Rife's going to score and be fouled on that drive. They'll call the foul on Aubrey Dunnick. Dunnick picks up her first foul. First on the team here in the second half. As Rife not able to convert the three-point play.
It's going to be
Trailed
important.
by 9.
Yeah, it's going to be important for the Knights to get buckets on consecutive possessions, and there's another turnover.
Wow. Like Kaylee's had, I'm guessing, at least 6 turnovers so far this evening, and the Knights 15 to this point. Just struggling finding the open player. I don't know if it's a timing situation or a communication situation. But
now, they are forcing some passes, trying to get it inside.
No doubt about it. Cumberland finds Kroll. Kroll's not any threat to score from out there. As Brielle Wilson gets picked off the top of the key. Rife's shot in and out, and the Knights will head the other way. Another good rebound there by Dunnick. Cumberland's, I think they're running more of a box and one now, as that's going to be a foul on Yohe. Hannah Yohe will be charged with her second. You're just never going to get that call.
No.
out on the floor. Unless the offensive player obviously throws out an elbow or something, you're just not going to get that call.
She did not.
Rouse. Good kick out to Beer for three. No good. The rebound hauled down by Snep. And Whitko the other way. Reif handling the ball up top. I'm surprised that Brianne Cumberland has not had a bigger role in this offense. She's only taken 3 shots all night. 2 points. She's being guarded by Courtney Beer. Courtney's done a good job on her.
Whitko has looked content to run a much slower-paced offense here in the second half with a 9-point lead.
Allie Reif trying to force up the short jumper, can't get it to go. Norwell trying to cut into a 9-point deficit. Roller leaves it for Beer, and Beer is going to be fouled by Brianne Cumberland. Her second, team second here in this second half. We're going to have a substitute for Whitko as Emily Duggins will check in for Hannah Yohe. 5:05 left on the clock. Wilson, that's off a Roller's hand. She saved it and turned it over. It just went off her knee. Duggins the other way is going to score. 4 points for Emily Duggins. An 11-point lead for Whitko. And a full timeout for the Norwell Knights. We'll take a break and be back after these words from the Bluffton Bowling Center.
The Bowling Center of Bluffton has adult-youth double leagues with 1 adult and 1 child per team, or 2 youth may make a team at a youth league for ages 4 to 19 starting soon. The leagues are 10 weeks long and everyone plays every game. The Bowling Center in Bluffton, located at 1231 South Scott Street. For complete details, visit bowlbluffton.com, and don't forget about Friday Fun from 12 to 6. Only $1 per game and 50-cent shoes at a smoke-free environment. bowlbluffton.com. bowlbluffton.com.
4:53 left in this third quarter. Whitko outscoring Norwell in this second half 4-2. And the turnover woes continue for the Knights, a couple of them already. Again, both of the more careless variety. Coach Thornton was having a conversation with the official there, Derek. What was that all about?
He seemed to want a foul call when Roller went out of bounds here, and she was falling right out of bounds. And we're a little bit obstructed from this near sideline in front of the bench. And to me, it looked like foul, but I couldn't see it clearly. And a few Norwell fans chipped in on that opinion as well. And Coach Thornton was giving it to him a little bit.
Norwell with the basketball. They need a score here as Wilson gets the ball taken away from her. Cumberland the other way is going to be fouled as she goes to the rim. I think that's Courtney Beer's foul. It is. That'll be her third.
Now
it'll send Cumberland in the line to shoot 2. She was in the act of shooting.
At this point, it's, there's another miss from Whitko from the line as Barger checks back in for Beer. But Norwell certainly has seemed to take a couple steps back here on the offensive end. They were making some really good strides. Now, give credit to the Whitko defense because we know it's pretty doggone good, and it's shown tonight, but Norwell's being kind of careless with the basketball as a general whole.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Whitko's lead up to 12. Wilson, nice move to split the defenders underneath Dunnick. Can't get it to go. And quickly the other way is Cumberland. Good move by Snep to pull it back out. That'll reset now to Duggins. Norwell, oh my goodness, a long shot by Cumberland, way off. Norwell back in that triangle and 2, it looked like there, Derek.
Yep, and it sure is.
Roller is going to travel. 4 turnovers on the Knights, 18 in the half, 18 in the game.
This might be close to a season high, especially if they continue on the pace. We still got 12 minutes to go in this ballgame.
I think 21 was the biggest number that I remember, and that was against maybe Carroll here recently.
If I remember right, they had quite a few at Wabash as well.
Yeah. Duggins tries to get it underneath, and a foul's. Oh, and it's going to be an offensive foul.
Yeah, that's a good call. As
it'll be on Cumberland, her third.
Yeah, after Dunnick kind of punched it out of there, she pushed her in the back, and I thought for a moment that they were going to get a foul on Norwell there.
Boy, and Coach Bradley having a conversation with the near official as well now. Roller, nice pass on the double team. Dunnick gets to the rim. Assist Roller. That's a nice play. A good job at using just a simple little pick and roll. Reif trying to force it in. I believe that's Snepp. And Ellie Snepp with her second basket of the game, 6th point. That was a good-looking jumper from about 14 feet. Roller gets to the rim and cashes it in. Her first points in the second half. Cumberland turning the basketball over, no call. Reif will force up the 18-footer, no good. And Reif, after only taking 3 shots in the first half already, has put up 5 here in the second, but she's only hit 1 of them. A couple more subs for Whitko. Harrison will check back in along with Haley Yohe. Courtney Beer back in there for the Knights. She'll replace Roller. And Courtney's going to handle things up top for the Knights with 2:40 left in the third. She's being guarded by Duggins. And Barger double dribbles. She was looking to get it to the high post, but Grail Wilson was heading towards the baseline. So a little bit of miscommunication there for the Knights. Cumberland handling it up top for Whitko. Excuse me, that was actually Reif with the basketball. Reif a couple inches bigger than Cumberland, but as Cumberland's actually out of the game right now, Darrell Wilson's going to be called for a travel, and it's the first turnover on Whitko here in the second half. 8 for the game. LeBeer is going to need to take care of the basketball here, which has been a struggle for the Knights so far tonight. Wilson, nice move to the basket, forces it into Dunnick. Dunnick's shot's blocked, and the rebound pulled out of there by Snepp. Duggins had a wide open lane, didn't take it. Being guarded currently by the much bigger Brianne Barger. Now they switch. Actually, they're back in that triangle. Actually, it almost looks like a box and one. Courtney Beer, though, yep, it is a box and one. Nice pass underneath Snepp. Probably traveled, no call. Harrison pulls down the rebound. Reif with the jumper.
Offensive board leads to points for Whitko as they regain the 12-point lead.
1:18 left in this quarter. And Coach Thornton is going to use another timeout. It's another full timeout. Also, Kaylee Roller checking in. Norwell down to 2 timeouts left in this one. Coach Bradley's not used one yet. We'll take a break. Here from Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric. We'll be right back.
Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric strives to be your total service provider. Their licensed technicians can handle all of your electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, and now offers duct cleaning. No job is too small or too large for their service professionals. From electrical repairs, water heater replacements, sewer and drain cleaning, well repair, and remodel jobs. Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric, located behind Lowe's on Commerce Drive in Bluffton, 888-824-3332. That's 824-3332.
Norwell with the basketball and a 12-point deficit here at Whitko. Kaylee Roller back in there. It's Roller, Wilson, Dunnick, Rouse, and Beer. Foul's going to be called on Emily Duggins. That'll be her first. Team's 4th here in the second half. Norwell with just 2 team fouls called in this third quarter. Roller quickly into Dunnick. Dunnick with the short jumper, no good. Good look on the inbound play. Reif probably traveled, no call. And Dunnick with the steal. She's going to be fouled, I believe, by Brielle Wilson.
And neither side real pleased with the officials this evening, and they've been hearing a lot of griping here, especially in the third quarter.
Well, it's a relatively physical game, but to be honest with you, Derek, I certainly haven't seen anything egregious on either side. Both teams trying to get the advantage verbally if they can. Roller looks left, drives, can't get it to go. Does pick up the foul, and she'll go to the line to shoot two. That's a generous shooting foul call.
Yeah, continuation there.
It'll go on Brielle Harrison, her second. Roller looked good on that free throw. Just 47 seconds left in this third quarter. Norwell has not done much offensively. Just 8 points in the quarter now. They trail by 10. Duggins being guarded closely by Brielle Wilson, and they're no longer, they're in the trap now. And there's the turnover. Rouse will head the other way. Look for help. No, she goes to the rim. Oh, can't get it to go. But she will go to the line. The foul called on number 3, Emily Duggins, her second, team 7. So Norwell already in the bonus with 28.7 seconds left in this third quarter.
That's a big foul. If Norwell can continue to shoot the free throw at a pretty good pace as they have been on the evening, then they're going to have a chance to get back in this game if they can get fouled in the fourth quarter.
It's right now 6 of 9 from the line. Make it 7-10.
70% way above their average, and that's pretty good, pretty standard for a high school team.
25 seconds left. Knights in the trap, almost stolen away there by Dunnick. Quick feet. There's the trap, and Reif at 5'11" finds Duggins underneath. Nice pass from Reif. She can just kind of see over everybody. 6 seconds. Roller will try to drive and get fouled. No basket. They'll say it was on the floor.
And it was.
But it will send Roller to the line to shoot 1-1 as the foul is called on Allie Reif. That's her second. Brianne Barger will check back in for Norwell, replacing Courtney Beer. Roller will try to pull the Knights closer. Brianne Cumberland back in for Whitko as well, as Duggins takes a seat. Duggins is just a sophomore, so some good young talent coming up for Coach Bradley as well. Kaylee Good on the first one. She can get the Knights closer than what they were to start this second half, as they trailed by 9 coming out of the locker room. Roller's second, also good. 3 seconds on the clock as Reif will launch a three-quarter shot and be well short. That will end the third quarter. The Lady Wildcats leading your Lady Knights 40-32. We'll take a break and be right back after these words.
At Adams Memorial Hospital, we care for the things that mean the most to you, your health, your family, and your community. Compassion is just as important to us as being accredited, or our Follow My Health online patient portal, or having top-of-the-line medical technology. Because at Adams Memorial Hospital, exceptional care means listening a little longer, a hug, or a kind gesture from a nurse. Compassion and medical expertise. That's Adams Memorial Hospital. Exceptional care close to you.
Located in Fort Wayne, Indiana, the University of St. Francis is a private Catholic university enrolling 2,300 students in majors ranging from the liberal arts to the creative arts to the health services. Small class sizes, personal attention, and the freedom to explore your options. A USF education has a lot to offer. Visit their beautiful campus and see for yourself how you can be a part of the University of St. Francis. Visit usf.edu to learn more about the University of St. Francis.
Welcome back to Whitko, and I was a little bit off on my free throws there, Derek. Norwell's actually hit 9 out of 10.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was thinking they were 6 of 7 going into that free throw when I was talking, and this is a big possession for Norwell. They can close the gap to 6 or 5 with a 3, and after all the problems they've had on offense, they're right there against a pretty good team on the road.
Looking for that backdoor play. Well defended there by Whitko as Wilson double teamed. Looking for help. Finally finds Beer across court. Beer, ooh, boy, could have been called for a turnover there as the ball kind of got hung up on her hip.
That's the second time they double dribbled on that possession.
Yep. Well, you do it a couple of times, you're going to get caught at some point for sure. We were talking about free throws. Norwell 9 of 10. Whitko 5 of 8 to this point. Boy, that was a big possession for the Knights. Sure could have used a hoop there as Krull waits for help. That's Haley Yowie with the basketball. I'm surprised Krull plays so far out from the basket. She's listed at 5'11", might be 6 foot. That's going to be a foul on the Knights. I think it'll go on Rouse.
It's on Dunnick, actually.
Okay. Aubrey Dunnick will pick up her second, team's third on the floor, so it'll remain Whitko. Oh, my goodness. Somehow Kennedy Krull got wide open underneath. She converts her first basket of the evening. And the Whitko lead back up to 10. Beer open for 3. No good. Rebound will be tied up.
Oh, goodness. Boy, she was standing on the baseline with the basketball and comes up with a jump ball call. It's going to give Whitko, and the reality is, again, Norwell just hasn't been able to get the big stops when they need them. Whitko's been able to convert. There's been too many breakdowns on defense so far.
Look at Aubrey Dunnick fighting for the basketball. That'll give it back to Norwell. You know, and here's what I've noticed about Allie Rife. She has no left hand.
No.
Brielle Wilson needs to just get on her right hip and force her to go left. I think she would probably take it away from her just about every time if she did.
That's going to be something that needs to be improved before she heads off to college at Xavier, or when she gets there.
And I'm sure she'll pick that up. She'll play out on the floor at Xavier as well. As Cumberland comes up with the steal, she'll stop and pop, and that will get Whitko's lead back up to 12. Nice play there by Brianna Cumberland on both ends of the floor. Brielle Wilson gets it away to Beer for 3, no good. And Harrison pulls it out of there for Whitko. Well, Whitko can really, that's a tough call. As a foul's going to be called. Harrison lost the basketball. The foul will go on Aubrey Dunnick. And it appeared as though Harrison just kind of lost control of the basketball there.
Well, I thought if anything else, it would be a kick.
Yeah. Harrison trying to get it inside to Krull. She'll reset out to Yowie. Gosh, good defense there by Dunnick.
She plays so tough and so hard on the defensive end.
Very athletic young lady. As Cumberland up top loses the handle, but Krull there to pick it up. And Coach Bradley will use his first timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take it along with him and be right back. Your Lady Knights trail by 12.
Aussie and Do It Best Hardware is your one-stop shop for all your home repair needs, featuring Valspar paints. They have propane refill, screen repair, and a complete rental center, along with a large selection of home improvement items, from electrical and plumbing supplies down to the nuts and bolts you need. Summer has been beautiful this year, but it's time to start thinking about the fall projects that need done around the house. Visit Aussie and Do It Best on Hirely Drive, just off Highway 1 in Ossian.
Welcome back to Whitko. As Norwell needs a little run here, Derek. They trail by 12 with 5:41 to go.
It's been a frustrating evening so far, especially on the offensive end. And just too many turnovers and too many careless plays. And they're certainly not playing their best basketball this evening, which is what they really needed to do against a good Whitko team.
Norwell yet to score in this third quarter. as Rouse pulls down the rebound. Who missed that shot, Derek?
I think it was Cumberland. I think it might have been Cumberland.
Number 5. Cumberland's got 5 points on the evening. Rouse, she's going to be fouled by Kennedy Kroll.
Still 1-1 here, as that's the 9th team foul on the Lady Wildcats.
Norwell with just 14 fouls here in the second half. Unfortunately, the more important number to the Knights, 8 turnovers in this second half, 22 for the game. That's what I have them for. As Rouse, good again from the free throw line. That's her 14th point. Logan scoring well again tonight for the Knights. As we mentioned last week, 24 and 15. She's matched that 15 this evening. Nearly half of the Knights' points. Norwell with a total of 34. 5:09 left. Norwell in their 1-3-1 trap and almost turned over. Reif able to corral it. And good recovery there by Kaylee Roller to knock it out of bounds. It'll remain Whitko's ball. Reif has very good floor vision.
Sure does.
She's 5'11", so she can see over a lot of the defense at this level. But she knows where people are heading, too. As launching a long 3 was Cumberland, not close. Well, that's something Brianne Cumberland's going to have to get better at heading to St. Francis next year. She's attempted a few threes and maybe brushed the rim on one of them. She's 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. And I believe she's going to pick up this foul. That is her 4th foul. Kaylee Roller will go to the line. I believe it was a shooting foul, wasn't it, Derek?
Yes, it is. It doesn't matter anymore either, as we're in the double bonus for the rest of this one. And the Knights only got 14 fouls, so that could be, again, an advantage. And we've mentioned a couple times that they're shooting pretty well this evening. They keep that up, keep driving to the rim and getting fouled. So I think that's how they're going to have to break back into this one with under 5 to go.
Duggan's back in there for Whitko, replacing Cumberland. And a foul's going to be called on the Knights on the rebound. That might go on Dunnick.
I think it is.
Nope, it's called on Logan Rouse, her 2nd. Norwell trailing by 9. Certainly not out of this one yet by any stretch. They got Brianne Barger now playing the top of that 1-3-1 trap. She is long. There's the short corner pass. Ooh, dangerous pass, and Barger is going to pick up a foul trying to guard Allie Reif.
Yep, just kind of bumped her on the way by. And
2nd foul on Brianne, 6th on the team.
All of a sudden, the next one puts Whitko in the bonus.
A couple of quick fouls there for Norwell. Yohe, that's the first touch she's had for a while. Hannah Yohe, who had a very good first half. Hadn't done anything here in the second. And Allie Reif steps on the sideline. That'll be a turnover on the Lady Wildcats. They're 4th of the second half.
Now, this comes down again. I think it's the biggest possession since when they could cut it to 5 early here in the third quarter. And this is a big one. They need a bucket right now.
Beer being double teamed. Gets it away to Roller. Roller will take it to the rim. Can't get it to go, but Dunnick there for the rebound. And we'll see what they call.
It's going to be a foul on Whitko.
Kind of a tough call. There wasn't a whole lot of contact there.
I thought she had the ball. I think they both came to the floor with the basketball, and Aubrey Dunnick will shoot too.
Yeah, I think they should have just let them play on. Aubrey ended up with the basketball on that, kind of ripped it out of Duggan's hands. Instead, she'll shoot 2 free throws. Her first bounds in. Norwell much more efficient from the line tonight. I've got them 13 of 15, 13 of 16. Probably jinxed her.
You're good at that.
Yeah. I've got quite a talent for that, I've been told.
Many broadcasters do.
Norwell back in their 1-3-1 trap. In the corner's Yohe. There comes Roller, and Roller's going to be called for the foul. Looked like there was some contact.
Well, unfortunately, and these are all these are all good calls.
Oh, yeah.
But it's become a choppy fourth quarter. Nobody's been able to establish a pace of play, and something we saw in the first half, it was pretty free-flowing. They allowed both teams to get up and down, and it was a pretty entertaining game to watch, but now it's kind of been broken down into free throw shooting.
Anna Yohe knocks down her first. The Wildcats led it by 8 at the end of the third quarter. They've maintained that lead pretty consistently towards right at the end of the first half. That 9-point run to finish the first half, really the big momentum change of the game as Dunnick not able to keep her feet in the lane. 9th turnover of the second half on the Knights.
So give him 23 for the game?
Yeah, that's what I've got him for. And obviously those numbers are not official in any way. The ball kicked by Roller. It'll remain Whitko's basketball with 3:24 on the clock.
The Knights just haven't been able to get over the hump. They've been right there and had a chance to make a couple runs and get a couple big shots. Just haven't been able to do it, and they've been outlasted by a good Whitko team.
Yeah, and they've missed several shots that were certainly of the makeable variety within 5 feet or so. Pass underneath, thrown away. That'll be Norwell's basketball. The freshman Harrison with the turnover.
Norwell's three-point shooting hasn't been very good. They haven't taken very many tonight.
3 and 9 in the game.
Yeah, that's definitely below average.
It is, as Beer will launch another 3 ball. No good. The rebound batted out of there by Rouse. Good play by Logan Rouse. Courtney 0 for 5 from beyond the arc, and she's going to be fouled by Allie Reif. Reif anticipating the pass, just kind of flattened Courtney Beer in the middle of the lane.
That's happened a few times tonight. They tried to. It's not a trap, but they've kind of gotten there as we're going to have a timeout here. They gave the ball to Courtney, and then timeout called by Whitko.
Yeah, it'll be a full timeout. A little bit of miscommunication there. No, it's a 30-second timeout. We'll just keep it here then, Derek. A lot of miscommunication there by both officials as the underneath official had already given the ball to Courtney Beer to shoot free throws. The outside official heard timeout, wasn't paying attention, went ahead and gave it to Coach Bradley.
And also signaled a full timeout on the first try and ended up being the 30. So in any case, it'll be Courtney Beer shooting 2 from the line, and these are big ones, so she's got to knock them down here.
We mentioned the Knights 13 of 16 so far. Just 3 misses.
That's good.
Yeah, it's very good. As Courtney will try to get the Knights' deficit back into single digits. She's out there with Roller, Rouse, Barger, and Dunnick, not able to knock down the first. The Knights, after just 1 miss through 3 quarters, have now missed 3 free throws here in this fourth. And the second one by Beer, good. It does get the Knights back to within 9 with 2:43 on the clock. Reif being guarded closely by Barger. And, Brienne. Oh, my goodness. Kaylee Roller reached in, grabbed the ball with both hands, and a foul's called. Now, that was a bad call. As Kaylee Roller picks up her third, Brielle Wilson checks back in for Barger.
It's called on Roller. The only way that could have been a foul is if it was on Barger, because Roller got nothing but the basketball.
Yeah. It'll send Brienne Cumberland to the line to shoot 1+1. Good on the first.
Well, here's the key. Whitko's been limited. Well, we talked about how they average about 59 points a game. And Norwell's done a nice job, I think, on the defensive end.
Absolutely.
Certainly good enough to have a good chance on the offense. They just have turned it over too many times.
Oh, yeah. Norwell's had plenty of opportunities. Norwell has, with the exception of the turnovers, really outplayed Whitko tonight.
Yeah. Other than, as far as getting good looks and of that nature, as Roller's fouled, it's becoming a point where it's foul every time down the floor.
Well, it's turned into a foul fest here in the second half. The officials, who I thought did a pretty good job in the first half, have just gone whistle happy here in the second half at Whitko. Kaylee Roller able to knock down the first of two. 2:31 on the clock. Norwell, their scoring certainly has been suppressed by the turnovers. Rife, good rebound, heads the other way, weaving through traffic. That's going to go on Aubrey Dunnick. It'll be her fourth. Not a lot of contact there. It'll send Allie Rife to the line to shoot one plus the bonus. Rife's not taking a shot yet here in the fourth quarter.
This game may never end.
No,
started late to begin with. And Whitko's going to be in the double bonus from now on, by the way.
Norwell's been in it for just over the majority of this fourth quarter. As Rife good on a couple of free throws. She's got a good-looking shot there.
Sure does.
Roller quickly the other way. Well, there, and she'll pop the three, no good. Rebound tracked down by Duggins.
Well, at this point, I think it might be a better option to take it in the lane because they've been calling fouls the entire. There's another one, and it's just been every time you take it in the lane, you're going to get a foul call, and it's been like that both ways here in the fourth quarter.
Well, yep, that's for sure. Certainly in the second half, that's Courtney Beer's fourth foul. It'll send Hannah Yohe to the line to shoot two more free throws. She's 2 of 3 on the evening from the line, now 2 of 4. Haley Yohe checked back in as Brianna Cumberland takes a seat. Cumberland with 7 points. That may be the last we see of her, as a couple of free throws missed there by Yohe. Nice strong rebound by Logan Rouse as Roller being guarded up top by Duggins, drives past her, can't get the shot to go, and the rebound pulled down by Whitko. Rife will pull it out with under 2 minutes left, and a foul is going to be called. We'll see who they get on this one. It's Kaylee Roller. That'll be her fourth.
Yeah, just frustration starting to kind of come out now for the Lady Knights, and it's just been, haven't been able to get anything to go down on offense, certainly in the second half, and Whitko's going to stretch their lead and come out of here with a win on senior night.
1:48 on the clock. Rife trying to add to her point total, does. She's now got 13. Has not shot it well from the floor. Coach Thornton will take a timeout. He's down to 1 left in his quiver. It is a full timeout, so we will take a break as well and be right back after these words from the YMCA.
'Twas the month after Christmas, and all through your homes were the remnants of cookies and candies and scones. You ate so much sugar it made you feel crummy, and you can't fit any more in your overstuffed tummy. Plus, you've been running on empty to get everything done, and to exercise now doesn't sound like much fun.
Could this be your post-holiday anthem? The cooking, the wrapping, the running, the sleep deprivation. You've spent the last couple of months worrying about everyone else. It's time to focus on you with a membership to the YMCA of Greater Fort Wayne. The YMCA provides physical and social enrichment through family-friendly programs. Whether you're taking a group exercise class, learning a new language, connecting with friends, improving your health and well-being, or participating in family outings with the Y. Start the new year on a healthy, active foot for you and your family. To find out more, go to fwymca.org and request a one-day pass from any Y in Allen, Whitley, and Wells County so you can try the Y for
Norwell with the basketball, trailing by 14 with 1:46 left. Roller working on Duggins, just blows right by her and gets this one to go. I've got Kaylee now with 16. Norwell bringing some full court pressure against Allie Rife, but they're really not guarding anybody else closely in the backcourt. Rife gets out of the double team. Harrison open for the short jumper, no good. And it'll be out of bounds. It'll remain Whitko's basketball.
Well, even though that stayed Whitko's ball, really kind of an ill-advised shot. Right? You know, they're up 12, but you don't need it. I mean, if you're Whitko, you're just kind of trying to run the clock out, and they kind of get bailed out after the rebound went off of Roller's fingertips.
Snep and Cumberland back in for the Wildcats. Duggins, who does really not even look to score. She's got 6 points though this evening, all at the rim. Snep finds her. It's Norwell trapping all over the floor right now, and Whitko just playing catch. There's a turnover though. Dunnett got a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. It'll be a turnover on the Knights and go back to Whitko. 51.6 seconds on the clock in the minute student section for Whitko making a little noise. To be all male. 42 seconds. Cumberland weaving through traffic. And almost lost the handle. Dunnick bats it out of bounds. It'll remain Whitko's ball with 34 seconds.
Knights still playing good defense here, and in the last 34 seconds as Whitko's going to put in a couple of subs.
Haley Yohe comes back in. Also Kennedy Krull re-enters. Snep takes a seat, as well as Duggins. Now Barger will check back in for the Knights as Kaylee Roller will sit down. Whitko looking to move to 15-2 on the season. Norwell will fall to 10-7. Right. Boy, she handles it well for 5'11". If she had much of a left hand, and she'll improve that at the college level for sure.
Yep.
Brielle Wilson picks up her third foul. Right back to the line. Well, I've got Rife for 13 points at the moment. Now 14. Checking in for Whitko will be number 44, Brooke Christoffel. She started the basketball game and wasn't in there for very long. Haley Yohe takes a seat as Coach Bradley pulling out his seniors one by one here on senior night. The only issue I have with this is, and we talked about it earlier, Derek, why in the world are they playing their senior night with 2 home games left?
Well, we don't know the reason behind that.
Allie Rife will come out of the game, replaced by number 13, Anna Owsley, junior. Her first time on the floor this evening. Beer across the timeline. Wilson inside to Dunnick, and Dunnick misses the 2-footer.
Got her own rebound and scores.
Nice play by Aubrey. She's got to get more efficient at hitting those short shots, as Kayla Shipper will check in for Brooke Christoffel, and I think that's the last of the 6 seniors to get their own individual ovation. Norwell guarding man-to-man full court here. However, the clock will run out on the Lady Knights. 54-42 the final. We will do some figuring and be back with your post-game show after these. Thanks for joining us on WellsCountyVoice.com.
You care about your community, you shop local, and you enjoy personal interaction. You're doing more than spending your money. You're supporting your neighbors.
Hi, this is Carlos.
And this is Sarah from Bloomin' Boutique in Ossian. We would like to personally invite you to visit our shop, the Bloomin' Boutique, and check out all we have to offer.
At the Bloomin' Boutique, we have daily lunch specials like Taco Tuesdays, Witch Wednesdays, and Aloha Fridays. A large selection of smoothies, frappes, iced lattes, coffees, and teas.
We also carry a large selection of fresh flowers for bouquets and flower arrangements. Our shop is full of handmade, uniquely functional pottery, handmade jewelry, DeBrand's chocolates, and gifts. You don't need to go any further than the Bloomin' Boutique. Grab your latte, lunch, flowers, gifts, and chocolates all in one stop.
Support your local community by visiting Blooming Boutique, located at 106 South Jefferson Street in Ossian. Follow them on Facebook to view their daily lunch specials. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturday. The Blooming Boutique.
Every team knows that the three-point play can be a winning move. That's why State Farm and me, Kevin Beatty, and my team are here to help you go for three by combining your home, auto, and life insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home, auto, and life. It's just another way we're here to help things go right. So call me, State Farm Agent Kevin Beatty, at 824-1928 or in Bern at 589-2077.
Costly misconceptions about collision repair. Brought to you by Lauren's Body Shop.
The insurance company is responsible for selecting the shop to repair your vehicle.
False. Insurance agents and adjusters have no authority in telling you where to have your vehicle repaired. It's your investment and responsibility to select a competent collision repair facility.
In business since 1951, Lauren's Body Shop on East Dustman Road specializes in insurance collision repair, offers free estimates, and an outstanding limited lifetime warranty. Visit lawrensbodyshop.com.
Troxel Equipment offers a full line of John Deere equipment. Troxel Equipment features a large inventory of all makes and models of pre-owned equipment that has been well maintained and ready for service. Most of Troxel's pre-owned equipment was traded in from owner-operators. Be sure to ask about our certified pre-owned units. Troxel Equipment has the ability to customize your financing, lease, or installment contracts to meet your cash flow needs. Visit any of our 3 locations in Bluffton, Huntington, or Wabash, or check out our website for our inventory of new and pre-owned equipment. Troxel Equipment, the dealership you can trust.
Bluffton Tire, you know where they're located, across the street from Bummy's, right at the entrance to the 4-H Park, has been serving Wells County for over 50 years. Bluffton Tire needs to be the first stop for brakes, struts, front end alignment, and offers over 20 different brands of tires. Stop by and see Carrie Jennis today or visit online at BlufftonTire.com for online specials and coupons. Bluffton Tire is open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Hi, this is Carrie Jennis at Bluffton Tire, and we'll keep you going.
And welcome back to South Whitley. We're wrapping things up from Whitko High School, where the Lady Wildcats, number 1 ranked in 2A, come out of here with a 54-42 victory over your Lady Knights. The Lady Wildcats improved to 15-2 on the season, and Norwell falls to 10-7 in a non-conference matchup. Greg, I know you got some stats to share with you in the postgame show.
Yeah, Derek, just going through, we'll talk about the victors here this evening, the Whitko Lady Wildcats. Had it for 13 turnovers as a team, 18 of 41 from the, it was 54-42?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, had to get that right. 18 of 41 from the field overall, 1 of 6 from beyond the arc. Allie Reif hit the only 3 for the Wildcats. 15 of 20 from the free throw line for Whitko. Individually, Allie Reif, after a very slow first half, ended up with 15, 10 of them in the second half. Hannah Yohe also in double figures with 10. Brianna Cumberland had 7. Emily Duggins, Haley Yohe, and Ellie Snepp all with 6. And then also Brielle Harrison and Kennedy Krull chipped in with 2 points apiece for a total of 54 for the Lady Wildcats. For your Norwell Lady Knights, overall 24 turnovers this evening. Much worse than what they've been the last 4 or 5 games anyway. Overall from the field, 12 of 36. I can figure that when it's 33% from the field. From beyond the arc, 3 of 11. After 3 of 6 in the first half, they were 0 for 5 in the second half from beyond the arc. But at the line, much improvement tonight for the Lady Knights, 15 of 20 as well from the free throw line. So 75%, nearly 20% above their team average on the season. Individual scoring, the Knights were led by Kaylee Roller. She had 16 for Logan Rouse, then followed her with 15. Aubrey Dunnick had 9. And then Courtney Beer and Brianne Barger chipped in a point apiece from the free throw line. Knights they didn't shoot real well from the floor, obviously, at 33%, and the turnovers just killed them, or this is a totally different result.
Yeah, sure was, and it's unfortunate for the Knights to come out of here with not as good of a performance as they had hoped to put on here. But they really got to focus and lock down and prepare tomorrow hard for Belmont on Saturday. Of course, we'll be with you tomorrow night for the boys broadcast as Belmont comes to Norwell in a conference matchup. Of course, the Norwell Knight boys are hoping to improve to 3-0 in conference play as they're still on top of the conference. Half the conference is at 2-0
exactly.
in the boys' side.
Yeah, and that should be a decent game. It's been a pretty much Norwell-dominated series over the last 15 years or so. But Belmont with a little bit of improvement this year, Norwell down a little bit. That could be a good one tomorrow night, Derek.
Yep, it could, and the key's going to be, of course, Norwell coming off the win against Leo. The Wayne game was supposed to be yesterday. That got moved. But the real focus this week is big-time conference implications when Norwell goes to Belmont on Saturday for the girls' game. The squaws of Belmont looking to improve. I think they've got 15 wins already this season.
I think that's right, yeah.
Still undefeated in conference play, so it's going to be big for the Lady Knights. It's going to be a tough one. However, Belmont hasn't played a lot of tough teams. That plays in to strength of schedule, so they're probably, in all likelihood, going to be favored. Actually, I can guarantee you they're going to be favored on the road. But Belmont with a lot of things going well for them. And coacher over there, I think Zandy Hyman, he's had some struggles over some years, and he's finally getting it going led by Grace Hunter.
I was going to say he's got an outstanding individual player in Grace Hunter, but that team is more than Grace Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they are a solid basketball team, and they're going to give Norwell all they can handle, especially on their own floor.
Yeah, and it really comes down to which Norwell team are we going to see. We've seen some inconsistencies throughout this season, and it's a big difference from last year's team, which was just consistently good all the time. But you never know. Sometimes the Lady Knights turn it over a lot, and there's been some careless turnovers in some games, and there's also been some games where they really take care of the ball, have single-digit turnovers, didn't shoot the best, but still come out with a win because they took care of the basketball and got good looks.
Well, Derek, I don't know that Coach Thornton's going to join us. We do need to name a player of the game. Your thoughts?
That's tough, but part of it's going to be influenced by an award that was already won earlier in the week. I'm going with Logan Rouse. I think she played well underneath. She got a couple buckets inside, had a very good first half, and shot better from the free throw line, and the entire team did. Kaylee Roller also shot very well from the free throw line. Both of them really tight. I think, for me, I'm going with Logan, but would certainly be satisfied with co-players of the game.
Well, Logan Rouse was 4 of 10 from the field, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, as you mentioned. I'm good with Logan, but a couple other shout-outs. Kaylee Roller with 16 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc, and 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Also, I wanted to mention Aubrey Dunnick.
Yeah.
Aubrey,
absolutely,
3 of 7 from the field and 3 of 4 from the free throw line as well, as Coach Thornton is joining us up here in the press area. Kind of a tight fit to get up into this area. Coach, thanks so much for joining us. Kind of an unusual spot here, but we've been here, I think, all but 2 years ago or something like that. Boy, the story of the game, Coach, you were right in this game. 24 turnovers we had you for tonight.
That's what we had, too. It's just too many. And, they jumped us a lot on the dribble, and they did a good job. There was a lot of body contact at times, and other times it was clean, good basketball. Yeah. And, we just didn't react to it well. In key stretches, it felt like, I challenged our team at the end. We're right there. I think the difference in this game and the Dwenger game is we fought in the fourth quarter. Dwenger, we just gave up.
Yeah.
And And so we reminded them of that. This is not going to be that again, and keep competing. And I thought we did.
Mm-hmm.
It was a critical turnover here and there, a missed shot that we had to have, giving them something easy here and there when we worked so hard to stay in the game. And I thought we prepared really well for the game. I thought our kids executed a lot of things, really a lot of things well that we worked on, and we hit free throws tonight. And
15 of 20.
Our kids are trying, and I told them, I said, we just have to find that. What I don't even know how to describe it. We've got opportunities, like we're down 8, and we kind of get back in it at the end of the third, and we don't give in, and it could have got away from us a little bit. We've got to find a way to get it down to a 2-possession game, a 1-possession game, get them on their heels. This is a great game for us to prepare for the tournament, and that's what it's going to come down to, a game like this. We will be in this situation again.
Absolutely.
And our team just has to find their way in those moments, and I know they're trying. And,
there's no doubt about that. It almost seems to me, Coach, because obviously one of the issues that this team's had throughout the year, besides the turnovers in a few games and shooting free throws, is being able to finish at the rim.
Right.
And it's almost like when they're not getting contact, they can't hit the shot.
Or we make it a little higher degree of difficulty.
Right.
Or we need to use the left hand on the left side of the rim, and because we went to the right, it made it a little bit more contested, and we had to alter it a little bit. Yeah, you're right. We just don't finish real well around the rim, and it's sure not for lack of trying or getting the ball where we want it.
Right.
And I'm proud of our kids. And the great thing about it is, we have a chance to still reach all of our goals this season. And Whitko's such a nice team and a really kind of a storied senior group for them. And,
no doubt.
I'm glad to see them go. But, we know what that was like. And to lose that many kids. And I'm so proud of this team for coming back and having the type of season that they are with as much as we lost. And just, and we don't talk about last year's team, but to lose what we lost was a tremendous hit.
A lot of talent.
And our kids have found a way this year. And, we can still got a shot, hopefully, at conference. We can still hopefully win a sectional. Those are our two main goals, and we can still reach those. And these kids are really working hard for them.
I thought the one big positive I took out of this evening, other than hitting 75% of the free throws, was I thought executed defensively very well.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd have told me that we'd have held Rife to 15 and Cumberland to 7, I'd have said we probably won the game.
Yeah.
And the turnovers were just too much to overcome. Yeah. It really gave them some easy layups. And you look at Yohi, who gets 12. Well, probably 6-8 of those were probably on runouts.
Yes, they were.
And off of turnovers. And so we did a good job in our triangle. Derek helped us prepare for that the other day. The guys just do a great job for us. And our girls really prepared well, and I think you saw us tonight make it really hard for them. And we limited opportunities from their two big scorers, and like we talked about, the turnovers were just too much, and we needed to finish a little better. So, that's what it comes down to.
Another road game this week against Belmont. Solid team this year. Certainly more. Grace Hunter gets all the attention, but certainly a much more complete team than just the one player.
Yes, very nice team. A lot of respect for Belmont. The girls know this is not the Belmont team that they might be used to, and we've watched them grow the last year and a half or so. This team's for real, and Grace is I just had a good friend of mine, the assistant coach at Wright State, said, hey, can she play at this level? And I texted back, absolutely. And so he wants our game film, but that kid competes hard at both ends, and she is tireless. And she led them last year as a freshman and continues to even get better. And she's got good players around her. So this is a total team for Belmont. I think they're 15-3 before tonight. I don't know what the score was tonight in their game. I think they played tonight in a makeup game and a conference game. But anyways, the great thing is we got to turn the page quickly.
Yep.
And we'll get ready for Belmont, and it's exciting to be able to play an important conference game this late in the season.
Very good. Coach, thanks so much. We'll let you get going.
Thanks, guys.
Girls,
thanks, Greg.
Thanks so much
Derek.
for joining us.
Thanks for your help, Derek, this week.
head coach Eric Thornton, as I'll try to let him out. It's just a little bit of a tight squeeze up here in this press area. We were talking about player of the game, and I'm with you on Logan Riles, but I did want to give a shout-out to Kaylee Roller and Aubrey Dunnick, who I thought really had nice games tonight as well.
Yeah, absolutely, especially Aubrey Dunnick as well. Just plays so hard. I mean, especially for a sophomore, she's right there. She's in the right spots underneath. It's where she gets a lot of her rebounds, right place, right time, and she's got a feel for being around the basketball underneath. And she's been able to get a couple strong rebounds and then put back baskets. She's good at finishing at the rim and playing through contact. Very strong sophomore and very promising for the future of this program.
Well, that'll wrap it up here from Whitko. You know, we didn't mention the other thing. The JV team for Norwell did win tonight, rather handily, 41-21. Want to give them some kudos as well. Your Lady Knights varsity squad, though, loses 54-42. They fall to 10-7 on the season. Whitko improves to 15-2. Your player of the game, Logan Riles. For Derek Decker, this is Greg Van Meter saying so long, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.